Hey guys, I'm Dr. Mark Lewis Johnson Sr., and I wanted to introduce myself to you guys. Some of you know me, some of you don't, but who is this professor that's teaching you this semester? Well, I'm Dr. Mark Lewis Johnson Sr. As I said, I've been in ministry now for 28 years, which means I'm only 35 years old. Okay, get that? Yeah. Third generation preacher's kid. I've been in ministry all my life. There was never a moment where I was not in ministry, having a father and grandfather who served in ministry as pastors and everything else. It's a phenomenal time. Washington and Jefferson College was my undergraduate in Washington, Pennsylvania. I currently serve as a trustee there for the college, but I was the first African American senior class commencement speaker. Had a phenomenal time, and I look forward to what God has in store for the college along the way. But as we continue to walk, you'll start to see how God starts to move and direct your life. So pay close attention as He does it. Married my college sweetheart, Heather Johnson. We have 4 children. She's the smartest one in the family. She's currently in the PhD program here at New Orleans. So if you see her around, make sure you say hello to her. But after we got married, I played professional basketball. I went to Germany, spent some time over in Europe. Great time meeting some great people and connected with a ministry there, some missionary groups that were there. Just a phenomenal time. When I came back from overseas playing basketball, I went to Princeton Theological Seminary, finished my Master's of Divinity and THM there at Princeton. It was a great time for me, primarily because of the ministry work that I would do outside of the seminary. There at Metropolitan Baptist Church in Newark, New Jersey, a large church, about 6,000 members, some great experiences along the way. We connected with some Katrina things, and at that time we had the Twin Towers. That was a challenge as well. So I was in the middle of all of that, providing ministry along the way. From there, I went to Washington, D.C. and served as an executive director of men's ministry for youth foundation called Best Friends Foundation. Right there in D.C., did a lot of great work with some people there. Spent time in Silver Spring and Maryland, and just a lot of great things happening along the way. After that, I went to Liberty Hill Baptist Church as their senior pastor. They called me in 2009, got an opportunity to really spend some time stretching ministry as far as I could, and there was nothing bigger than taking an African American church into the Southern Baptist Convention. It was one of the things the Lord impressed upon my heart based on the relationships that I've built with individuals over time. And one of the greatest questions that people were having is, isn't that a racist organization? Well, you know me, I said, I'm going to find out. And so I did a DMin right here at New Orleans Baptist Theological Seminary and had an opportunity to really examine the Southern Baptist Convention. I saw some great things, of course some challenging things, but God was moving and it couldn't be denied. And so we took our church from National Baptist Convention to the Southern Baptist Convention. We were dual line there and did some great work, had missionaries flying in from all over the country. We had a large edifice so we could house missionaries and conferences and so many things going on. Churches were planting out of Liberty Hill, and we just thank God for all of our partnerships. We even got a partnership from Hollywood Pictures that came to our church shooting a movie, and they needed to use our church, and we were able to provide ministry there as well. I was also the chaplain for the Cleveland Indians, Major League Baseball, so I've got an opportunity to spend a lot of time with sports teams, sports owners, sports teams. I've done a lot of different things, and God has just opened up those doors for me to do that. Following graduating with my DMin in 2018, God called me from Cleveland to move to New Orleans. I didn't know what God was doing, but I knew He was calling. And so when we moved from Cleveland to New Orleans, God was still on the move. And I joined the Florida Marlins, and I had an opportunity to be the chaplain of the New Orleans Baby Cakes, if you remember that team. But still in the Florida Marlins organization, and able to be a chaplain to help out wherever they need. But I also provide support for the Tulane basketball team as well. So I'm a chaplain all over the place, and I'm having fun doing it. While I was here, as I went from DMin to PhD, I was called to pastor the Edgewater Baptist Church, and I can't tell you how wonderful, even through the pandemic, we took them through the pandemic. God had used us to lead them through the pandemic, and now we're no longer pastor of Edgewater, but we're still serving in the local association, providing support for pastors. So in a nutshell, been doing a lot on the move, making things happen, and I look forward to bringing all of that experience to this semester. Now, here's what I need from you to do the same. Bring all of your experience to this semester so that we can all learn and grow together and be inspired by what God has done in all of us along the way. I'm Dr. Mark Lewis Johnson Sr., and I'm excited to start this semester with you.